Season's new legend Newcastle is here, and we are all realizing that he's not only a good supportive legend, but a playmaker as well. His tactical allows you to cut off angles and take good peeks, and his ultimate lets you support and push with your team in the most unexpected ways. Newcastle is the perfect legend to choose if you want to support an aggressive team composition in non-passive lobbies, and today I'm going to teach you just how that works. At the moment, the new legend has a 3.8% pick rate since the season started, but this may be because most players just haven't realized his full potential yet. Stay tuned to learn how to play Newcastle in this installment of Guide Wednesday, where I use my over 6,000 hours to teach you how to play Apex. But first, a huge thank you to Epic Games for sponsoring this video, giving me a chance to showcase a game that really needs no other introduction, Fortnite. Now hear me out, the game that has been famous for anyone taking shots building an entire cathedral has removed building. I actually tried out the no building mode myself, and it is so refreshing and it feels like Fortnite when it was brand new, allowing me to use the shooting skills that I've cultivated over the years to their maximum potential. The game is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, battle royale shooters out there and has been going on strong for almost 5 years, with up to 8 million players playing the game at any time of the day. I'll definitely vouch for the Thermal Huntmaster Saber Rifle, which you can get by killing this boss on the blimp on Tilted Towers. It's absolutely insane and actually got me my first victory royale ever, I would imagine. But he's right here. He's going for the lightsaber. Oh my god. But Otter has the jetpack because we've been thinking ahead and there. Another huge tip is to make sure that you turn on the visual audio if you want to know where enemies come from at all times. There's a lot of games that can take note from this. If you want to try out the zero build mode yourself, head on over to the Discover page and find it under the Solos, Duos, Trios, and Squads playlist. This edition has been great for people like me since I didn't really feel like digging into the building aspects of the game, since I'm always on the lookout for an enjoyable shooter, not a builder. I'm sure you guys will enjoy Fortnite just as much as I did picking it back up when they introduced zero build. Again, a huge thank you to Epic Games for sponsoring this video. If you guys want to give Fortnite and the zero build mode a try, I will link it in the description. Anyways, thank you again, let's get into the video. Let's dive into his kit. Retrieve the Wounded passive allows you to drag down teammates as you revive them and protect them with your Revive Shield. The health of the Revive Shield is the same as the Newcastle's Knockdown Shield, and its color will represent that. The shield remembers how much damage that it's taken and slowly regenerates its health when you are not reviving. Keep in mind that the damage on the Knockdown Shield also applies to your own knockdown should you get knocked. Just like Gibraltar and Caustic, Newcastle also has the Fortified passive, which reduces damage taken by 15% and makes you immune to being slowed by bullets. Although it's worth mentioning that as of Season 13, it does not reduce damage from headshots. You want to try to use to retrieve the Wounded as much as possible. It is especially useful if a teammate is caught out in the open and you want to revive them as fast as possible. Other legends have to either punch their teammates into cover or wait for them to crawl into safety, but Retrieve the Wounded not only gives protection, but allows you to drag your teammate into cover and revive them at the same time, hopefully as you're getting cover fire from your teammate. Another shield ability is his tactical Mobile Shield. Using the Mobile Shield throws a drone that projects a movable energy shield. It lasts for 20 seconds unless destroyed and has a 14-second cooldown. This energy shield consists of 2 parts, one upper and one lower part. Each part has 300 health points. If you throw the tactical straight onto an opponent, it will do 20 damage. The drone will keep slowly floating towards the direction where you're aimed at, or until it hits a wall, and can be redirected towards where you are aiming by pressing the tactical button again. When activated, the shield will start by facing away from you. If you activate your tactical a few meters away after the shield has reached a full stop, the drone and shield will run towards where you're aiming as it moves towards the final point. Without getting too in-depth into how space works, the shield gives you an infinite amount of it. As opposed to a Gibraltar bubble, which gives you static cover for a small amount of time, the Mobile Shield allows you to slowly move up towards enemy teams without taking fire, while at the same time allowing you to dart back and in front of the shield to avoid enemy gunfire while dishing out your own. However, you can't rely on it in a completely open space too much, as the shield's 300 health isn't all that much if a full team decides to focus fire you in an open area that leaves you vulnerable. You can use the Mobile Shield to push up towards a team, safely clear angles, or placing it in between 2 enemies to turn a crossfire setup into a 1v1 situation. While reviving with your passive, you can still direct your Mobile Shield, allowing you to set up a wall in front of your teammate and give them space to quickly reset and maybe pop a battery right after you finish a revive. The last defensive ability that actually has a surprisingly effective aggressive use is of course Newcastle's ultimate, Castle Wall. The Castle Wall allows you to leap to an ally or target area and slam down to create a fortified stronghold. When activated, it allows you to target an area which Newcastle will leap to. If you're targeting the ground, it can reach up to 35 meters in front of you, but if you're aiming at one of your teammates, you can actually leap up to 75 meters away, making it a perfect get out of jail free card if you happen to overextend or get caught with your pants down. If you turn around mid-air, the wall will emerge facing away from the direction of which you're looking once you land. Since you leap straight up into the air and then onto your target, you can aim your leap to land on a higher ground as long as you're looking at it from a slight angle. Activating the ultimate also turns on a HUD, which allows you to lock onto your teammates and allows you to jump to them even from behind certain cover. If you land next to a door, your ultimate will break it. You can use this to your advantage and slam unsuspecting teams while they're blocking their own doors. Just make sure to place it so you don't lock yourself out. Similarly, you can place a shield wall in front of a doorway to make it practically impossible to pass through. Keep in mind that you can only have one castle wall active at a time. The ultimate can also be activated mid-air. Keep in mind that if you're taking a lot of fire and want to land more safely, you can also activate it coming out of an out-of-bounds timer if you're still trying to go for one of those plays since they got nerfed in Season 13. As far as the health goes, the large portions of the wall have about 750 health each, and the smaller portions tank just as much damage. You can take one portion down by interacting with it once your wall is up by using the secondary interact button, which is default H on keyboard. The outside part of the fence is electrified and damages your enemies for 20 damage if they attempt to climb over it, as well as stun them for a few seconds. The electric deterrent goes away after about 30 seconds, and the wall stays practically forever. The lower parts of the castle wall are the perfect height for head glitching with shorter legends such as Retreive. A head glitch is when you're only exposing the top of your head to the enemy while usually having a good angle to shoot right back at them. The castle wall has a fairly low charge time of 2 minutes, so you want to try to use this either preemptively to set up before a fight or in the middle of a fight to reposition or provide your teammates with some more reliable cover. There aren't many teams that will waste the resources necessary to take down every single part of the wall, and even if they do, you can replace it with a wall less than 2 minutes later. The castle walls are a great way to create solid cover in otherwise open spots, making it ideal for open maps such as Stormpoint. If you have a high ground, consider dropping a castle wall to seal off a few angles, and if you're holding a building, you can set up a castle wall on the inside or on your roof to make it more difficult for any team to push you. Thanks to its incredible range to your own teammates, you can use the castle wall to instantly leap to your teammate and provide cover if they're in a pinch. Or even head out on a flank yourself with the ability on hand to quickly fall back to them with the press of a button. Just make sure that your teammates are in your line of sight and within 75 meters before you get too deep into it. Also, if you land on a teammate, they will get stunned, so you should probably warn them when you're on the way. Despite being a tanky support, Newcastle doesn't necessarily have to stand in the backlines during teamfights. The shield allows you to play forward with your team and to shield them and yourself forward to take aggressive peeks and angles, along with your ultimate to instantly fall back to your team should things take a turn for the worse. If a teammate overextends or needs immediate help, you can ultimate over to them and initiate a revive or drop a shield for them. Continue looking for ways to use your mobility shield and keep redirecting it to make sure it gives you and your teammates some space to work with. As far as his loadout goes, Newcastle seems to benefit the most from running mid to long range guns and definitely wants to use a shotgun to get the most out of his shield in shield fights. Anyways, that's a quick guide on how to play Newcastle. I enjoy playing him a lot, and depending on the meta, you might see a lot more mastery and advanced guides from me in the near future. Speaking of Season 13, if you want to see my tier list for the new season, that video is available on the screen right now. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all tomorrow.